You said that a man that takes care of another man's child is weak. That's what you said. Can you please explain why?
That's not your child, that's not your responsibility. Your intentions may be in the right place, but it's not, you're not going to benefit from it.
So you're saying that every man that takes care of another man's child is weak?
Yes. You have a child. Kids are expensive. Why? I don't see the point of taking all of your hard-earned money and investing into somebody else's DNA.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Crypto plus Passports equals Freedom. I'm your host, Ohini Mara. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also, leave a comment and share this video so we can attack that YouTube algorithm and grow this channel. And with that, let's get into today's topic. So today we will be discussing why the stepfather will always lose. And this is story time, gentlemen. So when I was much younger, back in my days of high school, I was dating a young lady and she was absolutely beautiful. I was head over heels with her. And I was just like, I just felt lucky to be with her. She was so pretty and so many dudes were jealous of me. I was just having the time of my life dealing with this young lady. And not only that, but to add to it, she had a very beautiful older sister, and even her mother was beautiful as well. So these were three beautiful women living in the same house, and I was lucky to be with the youngest one. I was elated. I was excited. But here's the thing. One of the things that I always paid attention to was this beautiful mother. She was a beautiful woman. She had to be 35 at the time while we was just getting into high school and finding our way around. She was dating a man who was not, in my opinion, on her level, right? So now we understand the teachings is that it doesn't matter, the man brings the value to the relationship. But in my blue pill days, I just saw this beautiful woman and I saw this guy who I felt like did not deserve to be with a beautiful woman like that. So what was it? He had this nerdy look. He wore these glasses. He was not a good looking dude at all. I thought he was very funny looking. But the thing that I did notice about this was he kept the house orderly. He kept everything basically in order. So even though this young lady was my girlfriend, even though her sister had a boyfriend that would come and visit, we would never be allowed to go anywhere but in the foyer area and stay on the first floor. We couldn't go to their rooms or anything like that. The house was always clean. It was always orderly, of course, things like that. So the reason I'm talking about this is because one day I learned not only was, basically this guy was the stepdad, but I understood how the family felt about him. And I remember coming over one day and he got into an argument with the young lady that I was dating. And they were going back and forth and she was very disrespectful. She did not hold back on him. She was saying some very hurtful things. She was very disrespectful. She was being rude. She was doing all of that. And I remember she made it a point to say to this man, "You are not my father." And he responded by saying, "Yeah, well, where is your father?" And I started to realize, as young as I was, I started to realize, wow, the stepfather does not get any respect. And I had to think about that because this man was paying the bills in the house. This was a house. So he was paying the mortgage. He was paying the light bill. He was paying the gas bill. He was paying the water bill. He was paying basically everything to make sure that these young ladies lived in comfort. And even with that, he could not get any respect from them. Even though the father, the biological father, had abandoned them for whatever reason, he could not get any respect from these young ladies. And what I started to realize was that their reaction to him was simply a mirroring of how this woman felt about him. So I'm looking at the mom and how she responds to him. He comes in the house, he expects for it to be clean and orderly. And I remember he came in and he was upset because they probably didn't put things in their proper place. And I remember seeing the mother sucking her teeth and rolling her eyes behind his back. And I just was like, so this is where the young ladies are getting the energy and the ability to disrespect him, is because the mother feels this way. So I basically recognized as a young man in high school that the stepfather does not get any respect. And I'm looking at times in recent times, and you're starting to see that this adage is true. You see the videos that I played, you see how the young ladies responded to these men. The stepfather is not an individual that young ladies or children in any event, or even the mother, is bound to respect. So why are people pushing to put men in those positions? It is because of the things that they provide. A man that is willing to take care of another man's child is basically saying he is willing to give his finances, his resources, his time, and his energy. And everybody is willing to accept that. But the reality is, secretly, I do not believe that these families respect these men. I think secretly they look down on them and say, you are so weak, you are so cowardly that you are willing to take on another man's responsibility. And I saw this as a young man. I had to be about 15, 16 years old, and I picked up on that quickly. Basically, these young ladies, even the mother, had more respect for a man that was not present, and less respect for the man who was willing to step up and take care of them and provide for them and keep them safe. So I always kept that in the back of my head, and it was always something that I paid attention to. And that is the question, for the men and the ladies. Do you guys believe that a stepfather is somebody who commands respect, deserves to be respected? Or do you believe that that particular man is a coward and basically has low self-esteem and is willing to take care of another man's responsibilities? This is in no way to say that women are wrong to pursue these guys or anything of that nature. I just want to get the answer, because throughout my entire life, I see that the stepfather gets absolutely no respect. I mean, there's a number of movies that's been made about this. There's been a number of videos all over YouTube talking about it. So I just want to get people's opinions and ideas. So definitely let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about this, because growing up and seeing this, it was always something that was understood by me and my friends and my family. Like, the stepfather gets no respect. So ladies, if you're watching this video, let me know how you feel. Fellas, definitely let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Appreciate you for joining me for another video. And until next time, take care.